Iserbyt your legs media. You know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Thanks. We got lots of stuff coming up.
Hello and welcome. Hope you had a good weekend. It's going to be a good week. It's going to be a busy week for me. Just firstly, next weekend, really looking forward to being in Dublin next weekend to be covering the my first cyclocross World Cup event as an official journalist, not just someone that's just going to the event. I'll actually be in the VIP and all of that, and maybe get to talk to a cyclist or two here and there. So that's what's up. Just looking forward to that. That'll be next weekend. I will be in Dublin, but we got so much other stuff going on this weekend. Got the business show happening like later this weekend. Really looking forward to that. And hopefully I get to meet the young lady that's in the picture. Sailing down Carmen Alvarado. She's just been on fire. We're gonna talk about her. We're gonna talk about Ali Iserbyt and also a few other cyclocross riders that did really well this weekend. We got like a young man who's 65 years old and he's still doing that thing, and there's some talk about Matthew Vanderpool, like in a triathlon. I don't know what that's about. We're gonna jump into that. Also, Ineos, we got some Ineos news and the Black Friday deals, and also a little something to tap into about Shimano. So Shimano's got something going on. They got this group set that is supposed to be just be able to ride forever. So let's get into that. So our first thing we're gonna get into, we got to talk about the Dutch infrastructure. Let's Firstly, I'm gonna bring them up. So here we go. Amazing Dutch cycling infrastructure. That's the first thing. So we're gonna, here we go. And I think I need to just fast forward this so it plays. So here we go. As you can see, this is underneath. They built this underneath of a river, or the, like, you know like if it's New York, the Hudson River, or like in London, the Thames or something. So they built it underneath the river. And as you can see to the left, there is tons of parking for the bike. So you come in and then you don't just ride in. It's actually a little, almost like a little toll booth. So you can see there's other like locations where people just ride in. As you can see, guy just rode it from the left. And this is just purely amazing. And that's where you exit. You can see you could just go and exit right from the top. But I believe, yeah, so there's a little toll booth right there. There's a little toll booth. You go in, and obviously you got to pay for the parking. You pay your bike, and it's fairly secure. And you can see the amount of people that ride bikes. It's just loaded, and it even looks like there's a dry room or something there, so you can go and change and whatnot. So I'm gonna get some more information about that. But this looks just totally amazing. And if we had more places like this, there would be a lot less people angry going to work and whatnot. And here you're going to see this is where you exit. Is that, and this is where you enter. So there was exit and entry. And as you can see, you can once you do whatever, there's stairs there, so you can walk back up to the top or whatnot. So when I was in it was this spring I was there. I did see it, but I didn't, obviously I didn't have a bike, so I didn't even bother. And I was with my daughter as well. So, if I would have said, let's go check out the parking lot, she'd have been like, Daddy, really? A parking lot? A bike parking lot? But anyway, let's get on to the next thing. That is the Dutch cycling infrastructure. It's just amazing. I can just look at that all day. So let's get off of that. And our next thing is we're going to get into the cyclocross and what happened over the weekend. Just a really, really quick recap. All right, brought it in and brought it out. It's going a bit slow. So I believe this is the women. So we're going to just see some quick highlights of the women's race. So the women's race just went basically. So you got Sela Cinderbrand. She's on the front. She took off, and it took a little while for Carmen Alvarado to catch up to her. So once she did catch up to her, she just basically rode maybe a lap and a half or two until she could get past, because there were moments like this where she couldn't get past, so she just had to bide her time until she's able to get past. But this was the moment where Alvarado made the pass, and once she made the pass, it was on. It was off to the races, and then she just knew that she just had to get on with it. And Alvarado is a really excellent runner. She's probably one of the strongest runners in cyclocross, and she uses that strength to get off the bike and get away. And then once she got away, that was it. And then this little mistake that Lucinda Brand made right there, she overshot the corner. And then once she did that, it was game over. So Alvarado basically just rode the rest of the race off the front by herself, and this is her last bike change. She's gonna make one more bike change before coming into the finish. And it was a horrible day. It was a horrible day. And on top of the horrible day, like right where she's running right now, they washed the bike. You can see the spray from the bike, so it's getting even muddier and even wet and even soggier. So there's a few of the ladies chasing, and then you can see Carmen Alvarado coming in for her win at the it's Marks Plus, Telenet Super Prestige, and she's leading the series at the moment. So well done to Carmen Alvarado, and hopefully we'll get to see her this weekend in Dublin. Hopefully she doesn't miss Dublin, because there are a few ladies who are going to be missing Dublin as well. So on to the next, and then it was the men's race. The men's race went as follows. I was a bit surprised at what happened in the men's race. So you got Iserbyt. He didn't get the greatest start, and he's like, one of the favorites. And you got Michael Van Hort. He was at the front, but then from the track team, like this young man I haven't seen before. His name is Jos Newman, Newhouse, sorry. And he once he got in front of Michael, that was all she wrote. But Michael would have his hands full a little later in the race as well. So let me just go back and just make sure, because his name is Jos. Jos. So it's Vanderpoot, and he's in second place, and he was battling really hard. And then Newhouse was he just rode away, man. And I've seen him finish second and third a couple of times, but obviously the course in Nevada was definitely to his liking. Iserbyt had a really bad start, and he worked his way forward, and then he got up to, you can see now he's in third place, and now he's chasing Vanderpoot. And I for sure thought that Vanderpoot was going to hang on for second place, but you'll see in a minute that Iserbyt just really, really, really fights back. So Newhouse just does his thing. He just does his thing, and he just basically, once he got on the front, he stayed there right to the end of the race. But you will see in a minute, Ali used to be coming in for second place, so he managed to pass Michael Vanderpoot, which is that was a long, hard race to get past up just before the finish. And then there's a Spanish rider who's just been surprising everybody. The guy's skill, he rides stuff that no one else does, and that's the reason why he's doing so well. He just needs to get the speed, and once he gets the speed going, combined with the skill that he has, he's going to be a force to reckon with. So, but it's nice to see someone from another nation, because you just see the Dutch and the Belgians just dominating everything. Because you see the 1, 2, 3 was Dutch and Belgian, and that's how it's a Belgian sport, it's a Dutch sport, so that's what it is. So to see someone from Spain coming through the rakes, and then you got likes of Cameron Mason and other folks like that, yeah, it's nice to see every now and then. So what's our next story? And then we on to the next. So we're just running through the World Cup events. So here's the ladies event. So this is Puck B2C, and this is a sailing Carmen Alvarado. She's a young lady on the screen. So Park Peterson is basically missed the first probably 4 or 5 cyclocross races because she had a busy mountain bike season, and she basically won every race on the mountain bike. So she's taking a break, and now she's here for cyclocross. So it was well anticipated. She was a favorite for the day. Everyone was like saying, okay, Park PDC is here, so sailing is probably gonna be, guaranteed second spot. So let's get on it and see. So we're into what lap are we on? It'll come up in a minute. It'll say they are on. Yeah, they were on finishing lap 2 or went on to lap 3. So it was a really close battle for the whole part. Park PDC was definitely looking really strong. Alvarado made a few mistakes, like just then she came off the bike and fell down, so it gave Park PDC a little bit. And then another moment where she fell on the steps again, and just giving PDC that edge. And these riders are so closely matched in strength, you can't do that. But here's a moment that Alvarado could see that Park was like not on firing all cylinders. So she just went to the front, she attacked, and that was it, and that was all she wrote. So she has basically won every race for the last 5 or 6 races. So it was really emotional for her because, after having the year that she had in previous years, where she had a lot of trouble and injuries and stuff, and coming back and to fight back and almost be in their top form. So what I'm looking forward to is when Alvarado, Park Peterson, and Fan Van Empel and Lucinda Brand is getting. She used to be like she last season she was just on fire, but she's also had an injury and she's pretty much in the same place that Alvarado was a year or two ago, fighting back to get that form back. But looking forward to when Fan Van Empel, this young lady Park Peterson, and Alvarado. That's going to be an amazing race. So that was the ladies' race. Last but not least, let's get into the men's race. And the men's race, as you can see on the screen, is Iserbyt, and he raced the day before in Belgium. So now they're in Troyes, France, and on his wheel is Lars van der Haar. So Lars van der Haar from the goat, from the gun, sorry, from the goat, from the gun, took off. He was just off and then off to the races. So it took the better part of 4 laps. Yeah, four laps. So this is lap 5, and this is where Iserbyt actually caught him. So he pretty much took half the race to get up to Lars. So when he did get up to Lars, I'm pretty sure the whole race was like the commentators and everybody was saying. I was saying the same thing. They basically just stayed glued to each other for the rest of the race. But then towards the end, as you would see, both of them are just like putting the hammer down and just like really trying to bury each other. And Ali Iserbyt, he's just a monster. He's just like, yeah, he just stayed on the gas the whole time. And any chance he got, like soon as every time he got up, he was just on the gas, on the gas, on the gas, and he basically just did that all the way to the finish. So and once he did catch up with Lars, that was it. That was a really good race. Lars just stayed in the front for the better part of 4 laps. So Lars was really disappointed as well because he did say that in the interview afterwards. So as you can see, that was the moment that Iserbyt passed Van der Haar, and once he got in the front, he just kept attacking. Every time you see like how hard he's going, every time he got a chance, he just attacked. And Lars also said afterwards that he saw the reason why Ali Iserbyt caught him up is because Iserbyt was like taking a lot better lines. The lines that he was taking were a lot faster. So well done to Ali Iserbyt. He's now leading the UCI World Cup points by 1 point over Lars van der Haar. So the jersey you see that Lars van der Haar wearing, he's like when the race started, he was the leader on points. So you get to wear that jersey. So now next race, and when they come to Dublin next weekend, Ali Iserbyt will be wearing that jersey. So well done to Ali Iserbyt. And that's a look at the cyclocross and how things went down in cyclocross. So let's get crack on and get on. So our first thing, we're gonna Mathieu van der Poel. Will Mathieu van der Poel become a triathlete? So let's see what the story says. It says Mathieu van der Poel is undoubtedly one of the greatest cyclists of all time, in particular on the road and on the cyclocross course. And sure, he can ride all day for Milan San Remo or any number of classics. But can he do the Ironman triathlon? He may just have to, unless he wants to go back on a bet. After appearing for the second time in the Belgian YouTube channel, Alvarado, van der Poel was just supposedly be talking about mountain bike skills. So it looks like he made a bet. Now, Alvarado may claim to be the mediocre dude from Belgium, but he's clearly heavily invested in the endurance sport and just did half an Ironman a couple of weeks ago with a cameraman. With his cameraman after doing his first Ironman just a few months before that. For those unfamiliar with Ironman, it consists of a 2.4-mile ride, a 112-mile bike, and 26.2-mile run, a full marathon. Rob wagered van der Poel that if the video hit over 42,000 likes, a little arbitrary, but okay, he would sign up for an Ironman. Set to the backdrop of the opening bars of Taylor Swift's Wildest Dreams, Rob threw down the gauntlet, and surprisingly, van der Poel didn't look all stressed by the idea. Van der Poel shook on it, but mentioned that scheduling it might be a bit tricky considering the little wrinkle of the 2024 Olympics, not to mention the need to defend the cyclocross world champion title in the early 24. You choose one, and we'll do the same one, Rob told him. Pretty quickly, the comments and likes started rolling in fast enough that only hours after posting, there were already enough likes on YouTube to trigger the bet. As of this time, we're writing that it's amassed 72,000 likes, clearly, and the nearly 500,000 fans of the show really want to see Van der Poel in the swim. So that's a really quick, brief look at Mathieu van der Poel and his little side bet looks like he just made a side bet. I'm not even. I guess he was thinking like, this is not gonna happen. This is not serious, and things happened. So let's get on to the next story. His name is Tom Hayes. His name is Tom Hayes. He's age 65, and age is just a number for Pan American Games cyclist, cyclocross 65 plus Masters Division winner. Tom, okay, we didn't want to do that. Here we go. Says Tom Hill, 65, has been racing bikes since he was 17, and not much has changed. The Pan American Games cyclocross took place November 4th of 2023 in Missoula, Montana. It was seasonably cool, just rainy enough to make the classic cyclocross conditions on the course. In a U.S. cycling video, professional mountain biker racer Howard Grout said, Missoula has a great local community. Everyone turns up for the bike events. The weekend included junior racing, pros, and master events. Tom Hale, 65, has been racing bikes since he was 17 years old and has always had a goal of earning a rainbow jersey. Awarded to the top competitor in each division. 10 years ago, Hales came in third in the Masters 55-59 division, but this year he took the top step in the 65 plus division. Hales is a resident of Aspen, Colorado. He moved there from Connecticut in 1977. If you've ever been to Aspen, you know that people there take their sport and recreation very seriously. According to the Aspen Times, Hale said, "When you're hungry, when you're younger, when you're younger, and you do something, you have to you have some success, it may trigger something in you. Of course, it's interesting because it starts in September and goes through February, so it goes through a very unusual time of the year in terms of weather and psychologically. When you looked at your energy systems waxing and waning of the year, I could say all sorts of things about dying the death, which is probably what falls is. But I don't know. I seem to understand it and I relate to it very well. But Hales also said he doesn't feel like he's a masters racer. When asked how old he is, he usually says 32 and a 32 and a half in each leg, according to the Aspen Times. In addition to cyclocross, Hales still makes time to not only ride every afternoon around town, but also run up the Utah Trail, the Aspen Mountain, because he will tell you growing old is not for weak people. You really have to work at it. So that's Tom Hale's really interesting story, really inspiring story. So all of you folks that you talk about this, you can't do this because of what I'm just tired of the excuses. Like if you're going to do something, you're going to do it. And most people say what they're not going to do it, and it's easier for people to do what they're not gonna do. If you get what I'm trying to say, when they put something in their head and they say they're not gonna do it, it's easier for them to complete that than to actually do it because it takes no effort. It's easy to fail if you haven't even tried. But let's get on to the next story. Ineos Grenadiers confirmed departure of the deputy team principal Rod Ellingworth. Who is Rod Ellingworth? Ellingworth will leave the British team at the end of the year. And he's the coach behind the development of Cavendish, Thomas, and Wiggins. So he's going to be a big loss. Rod Edinworth, the coach behind the career and development of Mark Cavendish, Geraint Thomas, and Bradley Wiggins, and also pivotal figure in the era of British domination of the Tour de France, has left the Ineos Grenadiers team. In a statement released Friday evening, the British team, owned by Sir Jim Ratcliffe, confirmed Ellingworth's departure. The Ineos Grenadiers can confirm the deputy team principal, Rod Ellingworth, will be leaving the team at the end of the year. No further comment has been made at this stage. Interesting. So, Shimano, latest tech news from Shimano, latest thing going on. What's going on with Shimano? Well, we know they had the issue with the drivetrain set, but hey, they will continue on. Let's see what they're talking about. The Shimano Dior Link Glide Group Set Review, the perfect drivetrain for high mileage haulers. This is the verdict. In the world of ever more disposable products, it's great to see something that is designed to last. The linkage tech makes sense and seems to hold true to Shimano's longevity claims, with barely any wear on the cassette or chain after several months of riding. The chain set isn't the lightest, but it's solid and dependable, and it's almost standard 24 and the almost standard 24 millimeter axle means that it fits most bikes with the 142 millimeter or boost back ends. The standard thread bottom bracket I used was easy to fit and had a AR and has remained creak free with bearings as smooth as the day I fitted them. Shifting is smooth and as ever from Shimano. As a nice as shifting is as smooth as ever from Shimano, as nice as an electric gear shifts are. I still love the mechanical feel of the traditional cable setup, although the shifter has a more lever travel than I like, and the lack of texture on the paddle may be an issue for some. It's minor issues, but at such a budget-friendly price, who cares? My biggest criticism of the Dio setup was the lack of availability and range for the rear gear derailleur. I personally would opt for the Q's equivalent. That costs slightly more, but gives you up to 48th tooth maximum sprocket, which will give you a far more trail-friendly spread of gears. Makes sense a bit the wide a bit with the bigger gear gaps between. Overall, it's an excellent drivetrain, and it's refreshing to see something designed for long-term use on both e-bike and pure bikes alike. In this format, though, I think it suits those who ride on flatter terrain or bigger gear pushes who won't miss the ultra low gears. Totally agree with that last part. And yeah, that was it. That was a bit longer than I thought it was gonna be, but that's Shimano, and that's what they got going on. And let's get into this last story before we get out of here. Here it is, Black Friday deals. What's the best Black Friday deals out there? Shop these amazing buys for everyone on your gift list, including you. Tara's picks. I'm not even gonna try to say her name. This Rafa jacket. It looks pretty dope. Lightweight trail jacket. And these were like they were like 200, but they're down to 180. Sub-zero sealant, and I guess that's meant to work in all types of weather. It doesn't matter how cold it is. Only 17 US dollars, and this stuff's like 25 or $30 usually. You got the Sloop DLX shoes, great mountain bike shoes, only 71.97. And what was the original price of those? Probably 120, 150. Won't be surprised. Network helmet, only 74.99. What else you got there? Ooh, is it all for all of you your handlebar months? So that's our computer mount. Sorry, that's our 46.50. We know those are usually like 60 US dollars. And what's this, bar tape or the bars? Oh, super sticky bar tape, 32.99. That's usually like $50. The 5010 Carbon C GX Eagle AX Santa Cruz. What are we coming in at? 6299. And who's this mini pump by the Ninja Mini Pump with CO2 inflator? So it looks like you can use it as a pump. And is it just a pump or can it pump as well? It's in Jersey pocket. Sit back and show you get it back on the road, and then your pump already inflator. The double duty pump is going to get back on the road with the CO2. Plus, it can finish off by getting the desired PSI with the pump. Oh, so that's pretty cool. This is dual purpose. That's pretty cool. 25.90. I'll buy that. That looks like that could get on my list. This is dope. Who is this? Let me see. This is the troubleshoot dryer. Troubleshoot dryer by who is it by? It doesn't say. Worst feeling. Okay. Travel shoe dryer on Amazon. Wow, that is dope. That is super duper dope. And what's this? Booties? I need some of these. Is this outdoor or indoor booties? I like these. I need some new slippers because the ones I'm got are dying. You finish a cyclocross race in the sleet and rain, and when you get back to your car, your feet are still cold and numb. Then you slip your feet into the equivalent of a sleeping bag for each foot, but with a sole that still lets you walk around and hit the bear tent or a chair for the race. These booties are absolutely the best thing ever. I didn't get these just to run the house. Wow, North Face. If you make it to the end, Coolio, I appreciate you. This has been in the Sloopy Say Lift Your Legs Media, and I will see you in Dublin. I will see you in Dublin this weekend. Thank you for tuning in. Remember, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and we are going to get out of here. Enjoy the rest of your week.
Sever Your Legs Media. You know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Thanks. We got lots of stuff coming up.